Hello everyone, welcome back to the Graveyard Club. You're probably thinking, no podcast today, and you're probably thinking, what's story with the glasses? Don't worry about the glasses. As you all may know, I'm a huge fan of the early horror movies, especially the ones during the 1930s. Today we're going to talk about my top 5. This was a decade that kind of started the genre, giving us gems like Frankenstein, The Mummy, Dracula, and even the classic King Kong. The movies at the time were simple yet clever, and will go on to inspire what we have today. It was just a decade full of fresh ideas, taking risks. Some failed, but some became classics. Today I want to talk about my favourite ones from the 1930s. I hope you enjoy.
It's alive! I am Dracula.
So number 5, we're going to start out with Werewolf of London.
We must seize the only specimen of the Mariposa plant in England. That flower is the only known antidote.
This was from 1935. Wilfred Glendon, a botanist, travels to Tibet in search of a flower that radiates life from the moon. When he's over there, he's attacked by a werewolf and obviously turns into one. I'm not going to say too much about this one, but this one predates The Wolfman with Lon Chaney by like 5-6 years. So this is the true original werewolf movie. So if you're a big fan of werewolf movies, I'd recommend this one. The Wolfman would be a better movie. I did enjoy that one with Lon Chaney, but this one is different, and there's multiple werewolves. So I think I'd enjoy this one. A lot of people don't know about this one, actually, thinking of it. It's not lumped in with the Universal monsters. Like imagine NECA making a figure on this one. It'd be pretty cool. So yeah, Werewolf of London is number 5, and I recommend it. You need to go see this one. Number 4 is going to be King Kong. What more can I say about this one? I say when this came out, people were fucking blown out of their fucking seats watching this. Like, could you imagine? The stop motion animation is really, really good. Not to forget the story as well. Like it's a great movie. It's a classic. It's been remade about 10 times. But there's still nothing like the original. I remember my dad had this one, the original 1933, on video, VHS, and I badgered him one of the nights to stick it on, and it scared the fucking shit out of me. Just seeing Kong coming in with all the other natives. Remember the girl is strapped to the fucking thing. Like it was just great seeing that. Like King Kong is when you're thinking 1930s, like that one has to stick out. Like arguably this could be number 1 on a lot of lists, but it's number 4 on mine because the other 3 films I'm telling you right now are even better, in my opinion. Number 3 is Bride of Frankenstein. This is probably my favourite Universal monster film. I don't know why. I love the original. I seen the original on the big screen in the cinema. But The Bride of Frankenstein, the sequel to that one, I think Colin Clive is even better than he was in the original. The monster is better, the story is better, and you get a little bit of a sprinkle of the bride. Now granted, the bride isn't in it that much. But we have another character, Dr. Pretorius. He's excellent. I'll actually show you a clip here of him. He's very entertaining in the movie, and I don't know, it's a one thing I would say that like takes it away from the original. Like the monster isn't as intimidating, and it's a bit more silly, but just overall the film is a lot better. Number 2 is going to be Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde from 1930. I forget what year exact, but it's the Frederick Marsh one, and oh my fucking god. It's literally, these top 2 films are literally the closest. Like, I honestly, it could be either or. But yeah, Dr. Jekyll, Frederick Marsh in Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, there's some graphic scenes in that film. Like, honestly god, like, that is a good fucking film. Like, if you haven't seen that, I'd recommend that one. That one's been remade countless of times. But again, I think Frederick Marsh even won an award for that one. He's unrecognisable when he turns into Mr. Hyde, and it really sticks to the original source. I think it was a book. I really recommend that one. The intro to the movie is like almost like you've never even seen it back then. It was like a found footage kind of style. Like you could see Frederick Marsh, but it's the camera walking towards the mirror, and then the reflection you see Frederick Marsh. That wasn't being done in the 1930s. Like, so watch that one. I think you would enjoy it. Number 1 is Freaks. This movie is fucking nuts. Now, it's only an hour long, and we've done a review on it on the channel, so I'm going to link in the description because you need to check out that review and then go watch the film. An hour long. This is Todd Browning. So Todd Browning, if you don't know, brought us Dracula, which we're going to talk about in a few minutes. But Freaks, man, it's just a great film. Like, I don't know if you'd call it exploitation, because they're really exploiting what was going on in the circus back then. Like, they were showing you how things were, but it was the fact that Todd Browning could capture something like that and show it on the big screen. It was unbelievable. Like, every single character in it was interesting. Even the bad characters, like, everyone was interesting. And it was more just like a love story of that. Like, there wasn't so much horror in it than the others on the list. But man, I could talk about this film for days. Freaks. This one film that you could not remake. I think there was maybe a direct-to-TV, a direct-to-DVD remake of it one of the years, but I'm not sure. But watch this one. Honest God, watch this one. And we need to talk about some honourable mentions that I'm going to get up right here. The Invisible Man. The original Invisible Man with Claude Rains almost made the list. And I wanted to make it like a top 10, but like The Invisible Man, go and watch that one as well. That is fucking unreal. 1930s, these films just had so much of a vibe to them back then. Like, I don't know, it's even when they went into the 40s, they just lost their kind of fucking hit. Like, do you know what I mean? These movies were scary in the 1930s, but when they went into the 40s, a lot of these Universal sequels, a lot of these Universal movies got sequels in the 40s, and they were just like silly. They didn't hit as well. You know what I mean? Like, but what another one? Dracula. Dracula. Todd Browning's Dracula with Bela Lugosi. It is a pretty good film, but like, since it lacks a musical score, you notice that when you're watching a lot of other ones that do have a musical score, you know. And in this film, it's completely quiet. It's almost like a stage play, and it plays with it. Like, when Bela Lugosi's on the screen, it's like you're watching a stage play. Like, it is good in that regard, but there is tons of other ones in the 1930s that people need to check out. So everyone in the comments right now, let me know your favourite movies from the 1930s. This year, like that decade, it just got real experimental. You had that code stuff that was coming in as well, so there was a lot of movies that missed that, and a lot of the ideas were just wacky. Like, as I said, Universal kind of dominated the horror movies of that era, but you also had other bangers like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. I think that was Paramount. That wasn't Universal. Like, that definitely wasn't Universal, but I'm not sure if it was Paramount. But that one was probably better than all of them in terms of being a horror film. Like, that film was great. Or would you say more like King Kong is the classic of that era? Which I would agree as well. Like, that broke. The things that done for cinema was unbelievable. Like, the musical score in that film blew people's minds. Like, so I don't know. You could go either way, or there's like little underground hidden fucking gems like Werewolf of London that a lot of people don't talk about anymore. So this is a great year, and a lot of people need to respect it. I know there is a lot of respect on it, but more people should respect it. This is a great year, and it's one of my favorite years in horror. If you made it this far, I'd just like to say thank you. We're recording a podcast tomorrow on the ABCs of Death 2, so make sure you're checking that out. Thanks for everyone that's supporting, subscribing, liking the videos. See you on the next one.
I am Dracula.